Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about Michelson interferometer. So this is the experimental setup of the Michelson interferometer. Experimental setup or instrument of Michelson interferometer. Here we can see that the ray, a laser light, is incident on the convex lens, then it is moved towards a glass plate here. So this is called the so-called half silver glass plate, or also called as the beam splitter. This one will split the beam along this direction one and along this direction. Okay, this is nothing but called as the mirror 2, where the light is again reflected back, and this is nothing but mirror 1, again it will be reflected back. And these two rays, after reflection back, they are going to be superimposed on this screen, or here we can consider a telescope will be here. The viewer can view the fringe pattern. And here one compensator has been used, that also I discussed in our theoretical part from in your note that we are going to be discuss. This glass plate is also is called as the compensator. What is the useful of this compensator, that also discussed in our note, so we are going to be discuss in detail. So this is the all about the instrument that we can say, due to the interference of the two reflected ray, we are going to get the interference pattern. So this is the arrangement of Michelson interferometer. Here we can see here the mirror M1 is fixed. Okay, M1 is fixed. Through this screw, M2 can be moved like this. It can be moved forward and can be backward. Also M2 mirror, this M2 mirror can be, this is the M2 mirror, can be moved in like this, can be moved like this, and tilt can be moved by tilting. This is our mirror M2. This can be moved for backward and forward. Also this can be moved tilting like this. Due to this motion, if we are going to be do with the help of this screw, then we can get the different fringes on this screen. So this is all about the instrument design by the Michelson. Okay, so this is the schematic ray diagram of the Michelson interferometer. We can see that here with the faded it can be visible. See, this is the BS, means beam splitter. This glass plate is beam splitter, which can split the beam, incident beam, towards vertically towards M2 and towards M1. Okay, then this is another compensative glass plate has been used to compensate the path difference between these two rays, that we discussed in our note detail. And when these two rays reflected from M2 and M1 and going to be interfere here, we can found the fringe pattern. Here this E means I. So either we have to use here one telescope, or we can use a screen. So due to interference of these two rays, we can found this type of interference pattern. Here center can be bright or can be dark, depends upon the path difference of these two rays. And this path difference can be created by moving this mirror either up or down by adjusting this screw. This is the all about the experimental arrangement and the ray diagram of the Michelson interferometer. Now we have to discuss in detail with the help of your note. So let's start. So this is the schematic ray diagram of Michelson interferometer. So this is figure 1 and this is figure 2, what I already given to you that you have to draw in your note. So previously we studied that we can get the fringe pattern, that is dark bright fringe patterns, if the two rays are going to be interfere with each other having some path difference or phase difference. So if we are going to consider the previous study topics, what we have been already discussed, that from Young's double slit experiment we got this fringe pattern due to the S2p and S1p ray are going to be interfere at point P due to the path difference between S2p and S1p, that we have been discussed. Then we have been discussed that in case of parallel film, for the transmitted ray, if they have the path difference between these two rays, then also the viewer can be observed the so-called fringe patterns. In case of wave shaped film, also same thing we have been discussed, that the viewer can view the fringe patterns if these two rays have the path difference. So here in case of Michelson interferometer, if we are going to observe the fringe patterns through the telescope here, or if we are going to remove this telescope and we are going to put a screen, also we are going to be get the fringe pattern like this dark bright dark bright dark bright dark bright, like this type of fringe pattern can be observed. This fringe pattern only can be observed if the rays have different path difference are going to be interfere with each other. That means at P we are going to get the two rays at least having the path difference are going to be superimposed with each other at this point, or along this is the nothing but called as the interference of the two rays from P to telescope. This ray is nothing but interference of the two ray which is produced the fringe pattern, or we can say P to telescope, whatever the ray are coming, these are nothing but, these rays is nothing but called as the interfered rays, having specified path difference or phase difference. So how these are the interfered rays? These rays are called as interfered rays, and how they have the path difference, that we are going to be discuss. Here in this arrangement we can found that G1 is a glass plate having the half silvered. Half silvered means it can partly transmit the light, partly reflect the light. So here S is the source. From S, let ray 1 is incidence on the glass plate G1. So at this point it will be refracted towards the point P. Again it will be refracted towards the mirror M1. This is mirror M1 and M2. And here M1 and M2, two mirrors are placed perpendicularly with each other like this. So they are perpendicular with each other, okay. They have to be placed with each other perpendicularly. So this ray P to M1 is a transmitted ray of the ray 1. It will be called as ray 3 also, and partly here from P it is reflected somewhat up to Pn, and then from N to M2 we got a refracted ray, that is ray 2. Okay, so here M1 and M2 to polish the mirrors which can reflect the ray whatever will be fall upon this mirror M1 and M2. So when the ray 3 is going to be incident on this perpendicularly, then it will reflect along this way. Let's consider P to M1 and P to M2, the distance, both the distance are same, and it is D. From this to this distance is D, this to this distance, and from this P to P to M2 mirror also distance is small d. That is also written in your note. So here after reflection the ray 2 from M2 also it will come back along this path. At point P what is happening? See, the transmitted ray gone and reflected back to the point P. Again this Pn ray which is reflected here, it is transmitted towards the mirror M2 and then reflected back and come to the point P. Now this ray 3 and ray 2 when reflected back and superimposed at the point P, they can produce the fringes if they have the path difference. Okay, now is there any path difference has been created due to this arrangement? Yes, there is the path difference has been created. How? We have to find out. See, here we have been considered that P to M1 distance is how much? Is D, and P to M2 is the distance, this distance is also D. This has been considered. It not looks like that it is D distance are same. We have been considered that from P to M1 distance is D, from P to M2 distance is D. Now when the ray 3 travelled from P to M1 and M1 to P, how much distance it has been covered? D and D, 2D. Like that, when the ray 2 is travelled from P to M2, how much distance it has been covered? D. Again reflected back, how much distance? D, 2D. Here the distance, see, P to M, D, P to M1, D, P to M2 also D. But here when the ray P N and NP is travelling inside this glass plate, then the path difference is going to be created. Again I am going to be explain. Watch. Here P to M and P to M2 both optical distance is same. So we can say the optical distance travelled by the ray 3 and 4 is same, D to D, D and D to D. However, this ray 2 also travelled the distance P to N and N to B. P to N is forward motion, backward motion is N to P inside this glass plate G1. Okay, inside this glass plate G1. So due to this we can get the path difference. How it is? Here I am going to be explain. See, this is the glass plate, our G1. G1 is the glass plate. Let its thickness is T. Okay, let this glass plate have the thickness is T. So this is T. So when the ray is reflected along this P to N, N to mirror to M2 and then M2 to N, N2 to P, we are going to get the path difference. See, this is the optical path 2D it has been travelled. Okay. Now from P to N, the distance, how much it has been travelled? T. Along the moving forward motion. Backward motion, how much distance it has been travelled? T. The total distance it has been travelled 2T. Okay. This 2T is inside this glass plate. Inside this glass plate. But if we are going to consider the optical path, then that means if I am going to remove this glass plate, then what will be the distance travelled by the ray from P to N? P to N, it has been travelled thickness T distance in one time, suppose in 1 second. So in same 1 second, in this glass plate, how much distance it will travel, which will be nothing but called as the optical path. So if the refractive index of this material, of this glass plate is mu, then optical path travelled by this ray, that is from P to N, will be mu T. So when it will be coming back from N to P, again it will be mu T. So optical path travelled by this ray inside this glass plate will be 2 mu T. Okay, so inside this glass, the distance travelled, if the distance travelled by the ray is T and T 2T, its corresponding optical path will be 2 mu T. So hence, what will be the extra path this ray has been travelled optically, means without any without any glass, that will be 2 mu T minus 2T. Why we are going to consider this one? Because this side there is no glass plate that the ray 3 is moving through that glass plate. But here from P to M2 and M2 to P, along that path, along this path, this glass plate is there. So the ray 2 has been inserted, or ray 2 moved in this glass plate along its motion forward and backward, but in this case it is fully in air medium. So here only for that we are considered the so-called this optical path. So extra path difference, we found that 2 mu T minus T between the two rays, that is ray 2 and ray 1, ray 2 and ray 3. So when these rays 2 and 3 are going to be interfere at the point P after reflection, they have the path difference will be how much? 2 mu T minus 2T. Due to this path difference, at point P we can found, or the viewer, observer can be found the fringe pattern. So this is the basic arrangement how we are going to get the fringe pattern. This is the arrangement. So same thing it has been written here. I am going to be study with a fast manner. See, the arrangement of interferometer has been represented by the figure 1, figure 1 and 2, or 1. This is invented by American physicist Albert Michelson in 1887. Construction, how it has been constructed. Here M1 and M2 are two polished mirror placed perpendicularly with each other, that we have discussed. G1 is the half silver coated plate, which is also called as the beam splitter. See, here G1 splitted this ray 1 with ray 2 and ray 3. Only for that it will be called as the beam splitter also. G1 is the half silver coated plate, which is also split the ray 1 and placed with inclined 45 degree along the path of ray 1. due to which we can get the perpendicular with the ray 1, we can get the ray 2 will be perpendicular. Okay, the telescope has been used here to view the fringe pattern, and consider the thickness T and refractive index mu of this glass plate G1. Now how it will be work, how it is it will be work. See, initially the ray 1 incident on G1, ray 1 refracted and touches at the point P, then split into two components such as ray 3 and then P1, Pn, and then that is called the Pn is nothing but called the reflected ray. Then from the point N the ray is refracted, named as ray 2. Okay, then ray 2 and ray 3 are reflected back from the mirror 2 and 1. Both reflected rays are superimposed. Here these things, same thing it has been written. Initially ray 1 incident of to refracted and touches the point P, then splitted along into the two components, that is ray 3 and Pn, and at the point N the ray again reflected, which is named as 2, and the ray 2 and 3 reflected back from the mirror. Both the reflected rays are superimposed together and interference pattern will be formed at the point P, which is viewed by the telescope. Okay, here we have been considered that Pm1 and Pm2 is the distance is d. So from this figure 1, it can be observed that the ray 3 traverses the path to reach P will be 2d. So from P, ray 3 will be traverse how much distance? D, again d will be 2d distance travelled. The ray 2 traverse the distance will be 2d plus will be how much? Will be 2d distance, and also the extra path will be 2 mu t minus 2t that we have been discussed. 2 mu t minus 2t that we have been already discussed. So now the path difference between ray 2 and ray 3 will be, here we observed that ray 2 is travelled extra path, that is 2d total path travelled by the ray 2. Ray 2 will be 2d plus this is the extra path by ray 2. Okay, but ray 3 has been travelled the path 2d. So path difference between the ray 2 and ray 3 will be this one minus this will be equal to 2t into mu minus 1. Okay, so this will be the path difference has been created between the two rays, due to which we can got the so-called fringe pattern, which can be viewed by the telescope. If we are going to remove the telescope and we are going to be use a screen here, if I am going to screen here, then the ray will be fall upon this screen and we are going to get this type of circular fringe. Okay, so this is the this arrangement, we can say it is a fixed pattern arrangement, means only we can get a particular pattern. This pattern observed means this pattern observed. We could not vary the pattern for our analysis to find out the wavelength and to find out the other things. We could not be useful if we are going to consider this arrangement. So to overcome this problem, what we are going to do, first we have to introduce another glass plate G2 along the path ray 3 having the thickness also T. This thickness is T and also this thickness is T, and refractive index mu, if we are going to introduce G2 along this path, then similarly this, due to this glass plate, ray 3 also will be travel the extra path, that is 2 mu t minus 2t. Okay, so now due to introducing of this glass plate G2, we observed, or we created that there is no path difference between ray 2 and ray 3. Initially ray 2 have the path difference, extra path traveled due to this g1 is how much? 2 mu t minus 2t. Likewise, if we are going to introduce another glass plate, only glass plate, not half silver, only a glass plate, then also we are going to get the same path difference, or same path will be traveled by the ray 3 as ray 2 is going to travel along this direction. So due to introduce of G2 glass plate, we are not going to find any path difference between this ray and this ray. Okay, so here we can say that now after compensating, so only for that it is this G2 glass plate name also called by the compensating glass plate, due to which the path difference between the two rays will be 0. There will be no path difference between ray 2 and ray 3. Then what we are going to do? We are going to do that this M1 and M2, this mirror are not going to be fixed. We are going to put here screw, and here we are going to be put it here screw. Then we can consider M1 will be fixed and M2 can be moved, or M2 will be fixed and M1 can be moved. So in our discussion in preceding section that we are going to be discuss that M1 here is constant, M2 will be moved. If M2 will be moved, then maybe the ray 2 and ray 3 there is no path difference by compensating this glass plate, but if we have to move the M2 with a distance d, then the ray will be travel, the path, extra path will be L and L to L. So by moving the M2 also we can create the path difference, due to which the fringe pattern is going to be changed, which will be helpful to derive our the so-called wavelength and refractive index of the materials. So here we done that by compensating the glass plate, or we are introducing the compensating glass plate, we found ray 2 and ray 3 have the path difference is 0. Okay, so now the path difference can be created if any one of the mirror can be moved forward or backward with respect to one another. Let the mirror M2 will be moved backward with the distance L. So path difference between ray 2 and ray 3 will be 2L. Okay, so the path difference will be created as 2L. How it is? See, if I am going to move along this direction, then the length will be L. The ray will be travel the path L and coming back L distance, then it will be 2L distance. Okay, so likewise we created the path difference between ray 2 and ray 3. So if we created the path difference, then we can get the fringe. So this is the first application, that measurement of wavelength. We know that for condition for the bright fringe, the path difference should have to be L lambda. That is del equal to L lambda, 2L equal to N lambda, lambda equal to 2L by N. So here how we are going to measure the lambda? Whenever we have to observe by the telescope this one, then we have to consider the, suppose first bright, this is the first bright, from the center this is the first bright, this is the second bright. Okay, so from the center this is the first bright, so here we have to consider N equal to 1. So if we are going to put L equal to the value how much we have been displaced this mirror upward, if we can calculate from our microscope, in our traveling microscope we can found the what is the distance traveled or displaced this m2 from its original position to another new position, then the lambda can be calculated like this. So today up to this much we have to be discussed, and here we have to stop our discussion today. Next class we are going to be discuss about measurement of refractive index of the thin film and visibility of the fringe and wavelength difference. Watch this video. If in doubt, we are going to be discuss. Thank you.